Alright guys, we're going to talk about the other watch that DJ sent over. He's the owner-founder of Heitis. This is his chronograph model. And again, this is a quartz model, and this is a very value-driven watch at only $199. Then of course you can use that awesome code that DJ agreed to let us use for a limited time of Rob20 for $20 off. So now you're talking $179 on this guy. That is a screaming deal. This thing is so cool looking with that tachymeter, outside scale. You have the chronograph. This is a Miyota OS20 chronograph, which is, it's not like a super high-end quartz chronograph, but it is one that is very well respected in the quartz chronograph realm, if you will. It's been used in many watches with an extreme level of success. So, and the size allows it to be still thin and everything. So, let's talk about the size real quick on this before I can talk about some of the design features that I like. So you're looking at about a 44 millimeter case. The lug to lug, we're looking at about a 50, and then the thickness is only a 12.3. The lug width is, wow, this guy's like a 24. So decent size measurements. Let me do a wrist shot real quick before I forget. I gotta pop this Hamilton off my wrist and we'll throw this guy on. Trying to reach around things here. And there it is on my 7 1/4, 7 1/8 inch wrist right in there. Wears great, has a nice turn down lug feature. And I like the case shape and everything like that. I love the contrast of color. And I don't know if it's something's happening here, but with white dial watches, I was never a big fan of wearing them, but there's certain models that I really like. And this one is offered in a Panda dial one. So if I were going to pick which one I would order, I would definitely order the white dial with the black sub dial, so that, you know, the Panda feature they call it. So that would be my personal pick. I do like the splash of red chronograph hand. This is a 24-hour clock sub dial. Of course, you have the seconds ticking away there, and then you have a 60-minute counter there when the chronograph is running. This is, I believe, yeah. So it has all the details on the back there. It's a 10 Atmos, water resist. It is a push-pull crown signed. So water resistance is good. I'm going to talk about another thing with this chronograph that I think is really cool, that I didn't really know about until I started researching DJ's creation here, but it's going to be helpful in this other watch I'm going to show you in a minute. Just something cool about the movement. But if you look, you have a nice inner bezel there with the seconds track, and then you have nice applied indices, really nice hand sets. You have the applied 12 up there, and then I like the way he printed on his company name, and then in cursive or whatever font you want to call that, it's you know, it says chronograph. I really like that. It really ties in nice with the red hands also added. So while we're talking about it, we're going to go ahead and get it running. So another thing that's kind of cool with this particular movement, I don't want to bog down, and maybe I'll talk about this watch separately, but this is a reactor watch that a good friend of mine bought at a garage sale. And thankfully, DJ sent me this watch, and then I researched that movement, and then I remembered that his chronograph hand didn't line up on this. So with this watch, with this movement, a lot of other watches have this movement, this Miyota OS20. So if you pull the crown all the way out to the second position, okay, and then you hold down the A pusher or the top pusher, you will advance the chronograph hand. Oh, I went too far, but if you hold it down, you time it right, you can reset it so it's dead center. So occasionally, if you take a bump or something like that, you'll get these misaligned. So now the chronograph hand lines up. So that was something I was going to try to fix on this watch, and I didn't realize that you could just do it that way. So that's really cool that you can just adjust it that way. So if it ever did somehow get knocked out of line, all you got to do is pull that crown out to the second position, hold down the A button or the chronograph button, and that'll spin the chronograph hand so you can align it again. So, and then you stop it, and then the return is just a quick smooth sweep back. So anyway, guys, there's that right there. And I did want to mention another viewer when I was doing the watch strap, or when I was talking about this guy, the pilot style watch or aviator. I was talking about strap changes and everything like that. This looks like it's the 24, so why don't we swap it out on this guy, because I think the black with the red would look really good on this. The brown with the red looks good too, but let's see if I can do this while working on the camera. I actually have a little bit of a fingernail, so it's not too difficult to operate that cam. Not that changing straps with the my Bob Labs spring bar tool back here makes it really easy, but these ones with the quick release on them are pretty slick, and there's a bunch of companies that have them. So the first one I ever noticed with that, I think, was Barton, and they have some really good straps too. So there it is on the black with the red stitching. I think it looks really good. I'll pop this on wrist, and then you'll notice too that the strap choices that he has that the end of the strap, it has that nice taper to it. So man, it threads through super easy, and then even getting it in the keepers is just super easy to do. So it lines up really good. So there's that guy. And I didn't check it before I started the camera, so let's just see what kind of lume it's got on it. I think he uses the same formula on this guy as he does the aviator, so there you go. That looks really nice with that white dial. Yeah, white dial watches are really growing on me, and I always like a good tachymeter ring like that. And the aluminum, I'm to the point where ceramic bezels are kind of cool, you know, on divers and stuff. But I think I really like the aluminum, so because I like that metal that shines through. So it has a much better look, I think. So anyway, guys, I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.